everyone, and welcome back to Generation C, the show you should watch every single Tuesday. My name is Marisol Stoffberg, and today on Generation C, we will show you just again why The Zone, the weekly publication that is inserted in the Namibian Sun, Republican and Algemene Zeitung newspapers, is the perfect read on a Tuesday. So on our front page for this week on The Zone, we have the beautiful Jane Auala of the Ontoko poultry group, and what she's speaking. We're having a short interview with her a bit later in our show, where she will be speaking about her entire journey with this group, where they produce organic products. This ranges from eggs to anything from chickens to ducks, rabbits, quail, and she shares a bit about her story and about the wonderful work that the group is doing, with even some of their egg products being featured in some of our Namibian stores. So we are super excited to see what Jane will be sharing with us today. The next part of our show is also where we focus on some of our youth doing the most. So we have a very young learner, a grade 10 learner of Windhoek High School, Sybrand de Waal, and he is a technological fundi. And what he did is he saw that the international school in Windhoek was selling their smart boards for very low price, and he decided this was an opportunity that the school could not miss. So he encouraged a few of his teachers, and they, out of their own pockets, bought these smart boards to use in school to enhance the use of technology and also advance the way that we present education. So it's wonderful to see he's also become the school's smart board technician. So he is the one to help them to ensure that these smart boards are utilized to their very full potential. And it's amazing to see how our youth are doing the most and showing us how important it is for us to see opportunities when they arise. In other news, the Dagbreek School in Windhoek has also extended their warm appreciation towards the Alexander Forbes Group, who have donated 40,000 Namibian dollars towards some unforeseen expenses that the school has had during the pandemic and the coronavirus. So the school caters for about 130 learners with special needs, and they are doing exceptional work. But they are also very thankful towards the Alexander Forbes groups for helping them to make sure that they can continue the projects that they have and continue to make an extreme difference in the learners that they are working with. But another exciting story, our youth are just on fire this week. We have the beautiful Zoe Karsten. Now, Zoe is a learner of Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat School. She is 15 years old, and you would have seen her, motorists and pedestrians have seen her face in the Value Vision Optometrist store in Independence Avenue. So this store used to have international models in its windows, but now the store owner decided it's time to support our Namibian girls. And this model was chosen to be the new face of the window. She's truly making an impact, and she is showing us that you are never too young to dream. So if you want to read more about her story, which is truly inspiring, and all the different brands she's worked with, people she's worked with, and projects she's been a part of, please make sure you read this week's The Zone. We are also very excited because September is the yellow and gold month, which is extremely important for us because this month focuses specifically on creating awareness for childhood cancer. So we spoke to the CEO of CAN, the Cancer Association of Namibia, Mr. Rolf Hansen, about the different type of cancers that you get amongst children, the work that they have been doing, but also some words of encouragement he has for parents, but also learners who might be suffering with cancer and might have children, parents who have children who are going through this process. He also speaks about the Chica Home and the Chica program that they have to create awareness. So whenever you can, please make sure that you get something yellow and something gold that you can wear throughout the month of September, so we can continue to raise awareness for these beautiful, strong warriors that we have. But that is it. So now we will be heading over to an interview that we will have with Jane. everyone, and today we are super excited. My name is Marisol Stoffberg because in studio we have the wonderful Jane of the Ontoko Poultry Group, and we are so excited for you to join us today. Jane, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You're kind of a celebrity now, so I feel honored to have you in studio.
Good morning, Marisol. Thank you so much for having me. I don't feel like a celebrity just yet.
Very close.
But the more time I spend around you guys, I think I might just go into production. But thank you so much for having me. I'm more than honored and very grateful to be here this morning.
Jane, you have such an inspiring story to share. So maybe if we can kickstart this by telling us, who is Jane? What makes Jane Jane?
Well, that's quite interesting. Okay, fine. Okay, full name, I'm Jane Auala. It's just that it's actually one name, like Annabelle, for example, but everybody's grown to know me as Jane only.
Yes.
But then, in short, I'm the last sibling of 9.
What?
My mom and my parents last born, and coincidentally enough, my parents started this project a few years ago. And then I was studying university when they started the project. I was doing my BA honors. I graduated in absentia this year.
Okay.
I did industrial psychology and history. So I never really had a field of interest in the outside.
Yeah.
I always thought I wanted to tap into people on the inside mentally, as it would. That's why I sort of did psychology.
Yes.
But I guess I grew into liking poultry because of how much time I spent around my parents and how they're always talking about it, how they're always there. And then with that, I just became someone that was then placed in charge of running operations. And along with running operations came the sense of love, I guess, for poultry, and learning how to do things on the job. And since then, I've just grown fond of it all and what's come with it.
I think it's amazing that sometimes we plan our lives and we plan what we're going to do, where we're going to be, and then life comes and it throws us a curveball.
Exactly.
And then suddenly it introduces you to a whole new sphere that you never thought was possible. What is it like running a poultry farm? What does the day-to-day things look like? And yeah, I think it's an amazing, eye-opening experience.
It is something, like I was saying, it's on the go. You learn as you go. It is quite strenuous because chickens are sensitive.
Yeah.
Chickens are very sensitive, so it could be something as simple as one of the workers having a flu, and then they go and work with the chickens, and they could give the chicken the flu, and then you see that their eyes will get swollen and stuff like that. But apart from that, it's really been a blessing because we mostly deal with the Lomond brown chickens, they're called the layers.
Okay.
These chickens just lay. They are made for laying eggs.
Maybe I'm a chicken. I think I'm a chicken. Because I like to lay and I'm sensitive. I think I'm a chicken.
Yeah, so it is quite a nice industry to have tapped into. We're also trying to expand in from, originally we were just Ontoko, then we became Ontoko eggs, but now we've expanded into Ontoko poultry, which consists of eggs along with, we've got the fertile eggs as well that are incubated, and then they hatch into little chicks after 18 to 21 days. And then we've got ducks, we've got quails, we've got rabbits. So it's really just, the experience as a whole is definitely mind-blowing. Yeah. And the people you come to meet along the way, friends that are my age, if not younger than me, can actually come to me and say, Jane, you inspire me. And I don't see it, but going along and seeing the growth of it then does become an experience to grasp. Yeah. Definitely.
I think it's amazing that they started from this idea, and now your eggs are on supermarket shelves. I think I would have a whole moment if I was walking through and like, I know these eggs. I've seen you before. What has this whole journey been like for you?
It's really been it's been amazing. I can say it's been uphill, downhill, but I can say gratefully so. It's been smooth and out.
Yeah.
Because I always make jokes and I say, like, my siblings and my friends, if I ever have to see any other eggs from any other egg business really becomes an issue for me.
Yeah.
Like I had my brother, for example. My brother was out of town at one point. He actually called me and he told me, Jane, I'm in this town and they don't have your eggs on the shelves. Would you mind if I bought something?
Oh, shame.
And I told him I'll give him one pass. But it's really been a wholesome experience.
Yeah.
You know? Going into a place and you can see that, well, okay, I put that there. I did that. I went to go see these people. And, you know, it's a growing experience.
Yes.
God willing, someday we're going to get into the bigger supermarkets, you know, and then at some later stage we'll become wholesale, and then we'll just be supplying for retail.
Yeah.
So all a process of growth.
What has been some of, I know there's been a lot happening, but what have been some of the highlights for you, but also some of the challenges that you've had and ways that you've curbed these challenges to just continue growing?
I I think, okay, I'll start with the challenges. The challenges definitely have been, it's not always easy being a female in a startup business. You know, it's, apart from people being, I've heard a few comments where people are like, oh, females usually start a business, once they get stuck, they dump it. You know, so those are the things that, it's always been this sort of phobia or like a bias, you know.
Yes.
So it makes it harder for a guy to approach a girl who he'd want to work with, because he feels that, or he believes in the stigma of a woman doesn't have the same work ethic as a man in terms of carrying out the project to its full extent. So I think those are some of the challenges, the bias around the whole thing, and then also being turned away. Obviously, you know, like there were some places that are obviously approached in terms of, hi, I have these organic product eggs, can I supply? And then obviously being a small scale business, we have certain places that need the eggs to be graded, a certain grading, the quality, all of these tests that have to be conducted in order for people to actually take on your product. But then I would say safely, those setbacks have bounced back into bigger things, you know.
Yes.
Where I just had random phone calls, like the one of the shops that I do supply are two boys that I've known growing up, you know. We're the same age, we're exactly the same age, we're peers. So it was a thing of, Jane, we see you're trying to do something, how about you bring your product onto our shelves and we help you grow? And then another person who just happened to see my posting off the internet also just came to me and said, no, I happen to have a little shop, would you mind supplying me? Somebody else, a cousin of mine, said he's got a service station, the one, the Puma service station that I supply. I've got Christian's Bistro, Rocco Mama's, Meat Point as well, just friends, cousins, and said, guys, let's take on this thing and let's go together.
Yeah.
And obviously these are all males. These are all males that have been approaching me. So I would definitely want to work along my fellow females.
Yes.
And I definitely want us to sort of group our thoughts and then just carry it and show that it's not really a male-dominated industry anymore. As long as we carry it outright, we can attain so much more together.
I think it's amazing when we have young entrepreneurs that are helping one another and not fighting
100%.
one another, but working together for us to have our Namibian people excel and our youth showing that you can do it. You just need to have the perseverance to do so.
Exactly.
What would your message be to the youth to kind of, a lot of people are afraid of venturing into agriculture and they're afraid of choosing this specific career path or going within studying in this specific field. What would your message be to them to kind of encourage them that this is a field that has so much potential within our country?
I think I would start by saying, like, Namibia is ours. You know, in terms of, we have a certain extent of products that we import, such as agricultural crops that we don't have to.
Yeah.
There's really no need for us to do that. So I would obviously strongly encourage the youth that there is no such thing as too messy or this doesn't fit me. You know, start and get it going, you know, because we are really a country that's got resources, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be one to say, okay, we've got a fair amount of land, but you know, I know, for example, I have some friends who have parents who've got fields, you know. How about you go read up on a few things? Let's plant vegetables. Let's plant, you know, the little things that we can push into the market that then for us avails food security in a sense, you know. So I would obviously advise that there is no field of work or study that is too out of your reach, out of your league. Everything is attainable if you set your mind to it, especially in agriculture, where we're starting to try and become a self-sustaining nation.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will encourage our people to see that, okay, there is a chance for me to grow something and then give it to my country or to my community and still make a profit or make something from it.
Yes.
Definitely.
I think it's wise words, and I think our youth need to take note. You need to take note because Jane's making waves. But Jane, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, for investing in organic products and for investing in our agriculture, and for being such an inspiration to our youth that they can do anything. They just believe.
Definitely.
Be a chicken. Just be a chicken. Thank you so much, Jane, and all the best.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for wishing me the best. I'll definitely be back. I might bring you guys some organic hot dogs, who knows?
Hey, I'll never say no for a hot dog. Thank you, Jane. Right. And that's it from the beautiful Jane. Make sure that you watch this space and watch the Ontoko group. encourage you to stay safe and to watch the MyZone Facebook pages and also our social media to stay up to date on what our fire youth are busy with at the moment. So thank you very much for joining us, and until next week.